no kettle is eaten up, and it will keep on growing, growing. But you have to water it every day, morning and evening, 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, minimum. You have to water it. A new student sometimes feels very hesitant. 2 hours of my day? I am such a busy person. How can I spare 2 hours every day? Oh no, this is too much. Initially, it looks too much. It is not too much. For the first 1 year, you have to take a very strong adhitthana, strong decision. Let me lose anything at the mundane level, I don't care. But I will practice every day, morning and evening, 1 hour, 1 hour. And you won't lose anything. This is only to have a strong decision, adhitthana. Initial difficulties will be there. Like coming to a course, on the 4th day you are given adhitthana. For 1 hour you don't change your position, your posture. So much difficult. And practicing within 10 days, you start sitting easily. So also, initially you will have difficulty, how to spare 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening. But having this strong determination, within 1 year you find it becomes so easy. And after that it becomes so easy in life. It won't take even 1 year to realize that it is so easy. You will start understanding that I am not wasting 2 hours of my life, 2 hours of my day, every day. Your capacity to work will increase. Your time given to sleep will decrease. Those who are accustomed to sleep, say 8 hours every night, will now 7 hours, enough. Those who sleep 7 hours, they will find 6 hours, enough. Those who sleep 6 hours will find 5 hours, enough, not necessary. So 1 hour you can easily take out of your sleep. And even when you get awakened, are you really awakened? Lying here lazy, lying there lazy, so much time is wasted in that. With a vipassana, for a vipassana meditator, every moment is so valuable. Can't afford to waste time. You will be active. As soon as you wake up, you are active with your responsibilities, with your daily responsibilities. And the capacity will certainly increase. Anyone in any profession, any means of livelihood will find that the capacity to work has increased so much. Before practicing vipassana, if one used to work 8 hours per day, at the end of 8 hours one felt so exhausted, so tired. Practicing vipassana morning and evening, whatever work one used to finish in 8 hours, now it is over in 7 hours, in 6 hours, and yet feels so fresh, feels like working more. The capacity increases. Case of my own teacher, Seaji Ubakin, a wonderful person. When Burma became independent, he was made the first accountant general of Burma. He was born in a very poor family. The family had no money to give him higher education. He just had education of high school and then started doing service here and there. Got a very junior clerk's job in the accountant general's office. And by his hard work, perseverance, he reached a certain stage, a junior officer, when Burma became independent. And naturally, independent Burmese government wanted their own nationals to be heads of different departments, and most of the departments were headed by Britishers or Indians, etc. In the accountant general's office, they found this person, Ubakin, although a very junior officer. He was the only Burmese officer, so they made him the accountant general, the first accountant general of Burma. Before he reached that stage, he had started practicing vipassana. When he was a junior clerk, he heard that on the other bank of the river there is a teacher, a farmer, who is teaching vipassana. Anybody who has got seed of vipassana from the past, a seed of Dhamma from the past, cannot resist. As soon as one hears vipassana, oh, it is for me, I better go and try. I better go and try. And this has started happening in him. I must go and try. This is wonderful. But the high officials won't give him 10 days leave. They say this is the time of budget. Every staff is needed so much, so badly. We can't give you leave. And he says, but I have to go. You even cut my salary for 10 days. No, nothing doing. You can't go. If you go, you will be dismissed from the service. He can't resist. He went. He went away. After 10 days, in 10 days, because of his past paramis, he reached such giddy heights in Vipassana, practiced so much. But when he came back, there was a doubt that perhaps he will be dismissed. Came to the office, and yes, on his table there was the envelope, official envelope. He opened it. And this message says that you are promoted. Now you have become the superintendent of the office, chief superintendent. Your salary goes 50% high. This does not mean that everyone who have come here will get a letter of promotion going there. Who knows? There are cases, people keep on writing me that after coming back from the course I got this, I got that, but this is not a guarantee. It happens in different cases. It happened in the case of U Ba Khin, and then he kept on getting promotion after promotion. He became Accountant General of Burma. And the Accountant General's office, like many other offices, lot of corruption, lot of bribery. People who have to take their legitimate money from the government, and the application is filed there, certain percentage was deducted and was distributed right from the Attorney General to the Accountant General to the peon. They are so good at accounts, so they know what proportion who should get. Now U Ba Khin is Accountant General, such a Dhamma person, not possible. And he was a very strict disciplinarian. He issued an order that any application comes to the office, the concerned person must give a decision within 48 hours. If there is a complication, one cannot take a decision, bring it to me. I will take decision. One is not taking decision, not bringing the case to me, has bad intentions. He will be dismissed. But that alone did not work. It was Dhamma. In his office itself, he started teaching Vipassana. He went to the Prime Minister and told him, sir, you made me Accountant General, good. But look, there is so much corruption everywhere. And unless people practice Vipassana, they can't live a real moral life, a good life. Permit me to have one room where a few workers of this office every month take a course of 10 days. The Prime Minister was also a very good dharmic person. He wanted the administration to become very pure, good. He says, all right, go ahead. And every month there is a 10-day Vipassana course in the office of Accountant General. And that started giving result. In a few years' time, it was a talk of the town that in Accountant General's office there is no more bribery, no more corruption. And the Prime Minister calls U Ba Khin. How is it? But is it good or bad? It's very good, U Ba Khin. But I want this to happen in other ministries, other departments. Look, that department, this department. Sir, I am a civil servant, you transfer me there. I will start working the same thing there also. Oh, no, no. If I transfer you somewhere, then again this department will sink. So you be here. And at the same time, you look after this, you look after that. There was a time when he was head of 4 departments. So huge responsibility. And yet, kept on working so smilingly, giving wonderful results everywhere. It was said about him that in whichever department he will go for 1 hour or 2 hours or 5 hours, and any number of files that will come, any number of cases that will come on his table, when he leaves that office, not a single case is there on the table. He gives decision on every case, however complicated it may be. The mind becomes so clean. Any problem, you can go to the depth of the problem and give a quick result and right result. The capacity increases manifold, manifold. One works so much. Vipassana does not make one inactive. One becomes so active, capacity to work so much. People keep on asking me that this teaching is not to crave, not to have attachment. Without craving, without attachment, how can we work? How can anybody work? People work because they crave. People work because they have got attachment. Oh, because you have not learned how to work in a detached way. When you are attached, you are so tense inside, you are so self-centered. I am working for me, for me, for me. And once you become detached, all tension goes away. Now you work. Although you work for your own livelihood, for those who depend on you to serve them, but then a bigger outlook is there. What am I working? I am working for others also. Look, so many people are getting benefited. So many people are getting. Your mind is not narrow now, it is so broad. Capacity to work increases. All the tensions go away. Mind is so clear, so tranquil. You make good decisions, right decisions, quick decisions. If this happened only in one person, Ubakhin, perhaps people will say that it was some miracle. It happens to so many. Students keep on writing me, my own experience is there, and students keep on writing me that when I have started practicing Vipassana every day, morning and evening, the results of my profession are coming so good. I live such a peaceful life, such a harmonious life, and I am so successful in my mundane life also. Dhamma is for both mundane as well as supramundane. Therefore, giving 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening, you are not wasting your time. For first year, all those who live practicing Vipassana daily, they live during the first year. Those who maintain for the first year, they maintain easily for the whole life. That is why I say have adhitthana, a strong determination. For 1 year, whatever happens, I will practice morning and evening. Any time that suits you, which is suitable to your daily program, stick to that. It will be helpful. Any place that suits you, stick to that. On that place, maybe just 2 feet by 2 feet your seat where you sit and meditate, no other activity should be done there except Vipassana, then you will grow vibration there. Later on you will start feeling good vibration where you daily meditate on the same seat, like you get good vibration coming to a center like this where people only meditate Vipassana, no other activity. Similarly, in your house also, if you have a place where no other activity is going on, just meditation, and meditation also pure Vipassana, nothing else added, you start getting very good vibration there. Same time, same place is very helpful, but it is not absolutely essential. Being householder, sometimes you may be traveling, you can't have the same place, you can't have the same time, then any time, any place, but don't miss your daily sittings of 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening. Besides that, although very little, just 5 minutes, but I have seen it gives wonderful results. When you go to bed, lying down, closed eyes, you feel sensation anywhere, anicca, 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 at least 5 minutes before you sleep. And morning as you wake up, you must wake up and it will become a habit. You will wake up with the awareness of anicca, anicca. You sleep with the awareness of anicca, anicca. You wake up with the awareness of anicca, anicca. Just 5 minutes, good enough. You will find whole night this mad mind, the unconscious mind which keeps on craving aversion, now got a wonderful job. Anicca, 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 whole night will be feeling anicca everywhere. It gives wonderful results. Don't miss that. Every day, morning and evening, 1 hour, 5 minutes before bed and 5 minutes when you awaken. Besides that, wherever it is possible, wherever in a village, in a neighborhood, in a town, in a city, where you have a few meditators, Vipassana meditators living together, and you can find a place where at least once a week you can join together, sit and meditate Vipassana. A joint meditation once a week is very helpful, but that is wherever it is possible. Say whole week there was some storm in your life and you could not meditate properly, not even Anapana. You can't feel any sensations, your mind is so unbalanced. And then at the weekend, you sit with a few Dhamma brothers and Dhamma sisters, the atmosphere gets charged with the vibration of Vipassana, and your battery gets charged because of that, and you can practice very well, and the whole week, next week, you are strong enough. So this weekly sitting has given wonderful results in many cases, but that is wherever it is possible. Those who live near, and if they can afford, they can come to a center like this. Those people who live near the center, they take advantage of the center. Besides this, again, unavoidable is a 10 days retreat every year. If you really want to get established on the path, if you really want to see good fruits of it in your daily life, that once a week, once a year, a retreat of 10 days is absolutely essential. You can join a camp like this wherever there is a center or wherever other camps are being organized. You don't have such facility, you are living somewhere far, then you can have your own self-course for 10 days. Now you know the technique very well. Just have a room where you can live secluded from others, and there must be somebody who can give you your morning breakfast and 11 o'clock meal. And the same timetable, the same procedure, the same technique, you start. You take refuge in Triple Gem, take 8 precepts, observe them, and 3 to 3.5 days Anapana, and then Vipassana. If you inform your teacher, your guide a few weeks ahead, good. But if you are not informed, doesn't matter. After all, what the teacher does, even now a teacher or assistant teacher, when they ask you to sit in front of you, there is no hypnotism, nothing doing. What you learnt yesterday, metta, first they will practice the same as they ask you to practice, and then they start generating metta. May you be successful. May you come out of your misery. May you not be disturbed by any bad vibration around. This metta, this love, this compassion. And the vibration of metta can reach anywhere, how far you are. So the teacher will just give metta to you, that's all. But even if you have not informed, you will be getting metta, because the law of nature is such. Law of nature is such. Every moment when you are generating a vibration of craving, aversion, ignorance, then all such vibrations in the world, you get tuned up with that. You start getting support from those vibrations, and your craving becomes stronger, your aversion becomes stronger, your ignorance becomes stronger, because you are tuned up with that kind of vibration. But when you practice Vipassana, you get moments when you generate vibrations which are anti-craving, anti-aversion, anti-ignorance. Then you get tuned up with such vibrations throughout the universe. The saints of the past or present, those who practice Vipassana, you get in contact with their vibration, and that vibration starts supporting you. The Dhamma starts helping, provided you work in Dhamma. If you don't practice properly, then you can't expect the results. These things which are least, minimum, and are most essential, morning and evening 1 hour, 5 minutes in the night, early morning 5 minutes, wherever possible 1 hour weekly, but 10 days every year must. But more than that, if one gets more time, there is no restriction, more time. When you are busy with your daily responsibilities in your profession, in your livelihood, whole attention must be on your work. This is your Anapana, this is your Vipassana, all attention on your work, so that you get good result in your work, in your mundane field. But whenever you are free, even during your daily work, you find that 5-10 minutes you got no work, all right, you are relaxing, open eyes, your mind inside, anicca, 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 you become very fresh and again start working. Or somewhere you have to wait maybe half an hour or 1 hour, you got no work, and if you are not a good Vipassana meditator, you start boiling, why I have to wait here, and you generate negativity. Now instead of that, you will say, be happy, if I have to wait, I have to wait. All right, I got this opportunity now, anicca, anicca, anicca. You remain so calm, so tranquil, so balanced. Make use of time. Whenever you find you are free, practice Vipassana. Whenever you find you are busy, then be with your work to get good results. Like this, although you have taken a 10-day course in the year and you find you got another holidays, 5 days are there, take a short course, 5 days course. People come to such centers for 2-day courses, weekends. They come Friday evening and go Monday morning. They worked here. They get benefit out of it. So make use of your time. Human life is such a valuable life. Why valuable? Because to purify the mind, to liberate the mind from all the impurities, this can be done only by a human being. Nature has given this wonderful faculty only to human being. What you started doing, observing the reality inside, making an analytical study of mind and matter, understanding how the misery arises, the defilement arises, how it tries to overpower you, how you can come out of it. This kind of work an animal cannot do, a bird cannot do, a reptile cannot do, an insect cannot do. A human being has been given this facility, this faculty by the nature, or if you want to call the God Almighty, and if you don't use this wonderful faculty given to you, then there is no difference between a human life or a non-human life, makes no difference. You have to make use of the human life by using this wonderful faculty of self-observation, truth observation, and coming out of all the miseries. So whenever you are busy in your mundane life as a family person, then you give all your attention to that, but whenever you have time, give attention to this process of purification, process of liberation. Daily sittings. When you take a short course of 5 days or 2 days, then 1/3 of the period must be given to Anapana and 2/3 to Vipassana. But in your daily sittings, just 1 hour is there, morning 1 hour, evening 1 hour, not necessary to give 1/3 to Anapana and 2/3 to Vipassana. Vipassana will remain the main technique. But Anapana should be used as and when necessary, as much as necessary. Any day when you sit for meditation and you find your mind is very agitated, then do Anapana, practice Anapana, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. If it's very agitated, maybe whole hour, doesn't matter, next sitting will be all right. Make use of Anapana whenever it is necessary. You started your Vipassana very well, in the midst of the hour, some storm arose, and again you need Anapana, start Anapana. So Anapana should be used as and when necessary, but otherwise Vipassana. When you practice Vipassana, I keep on reminding, don't start playing games of sensation. Otherwise, you are going in totally opposite direction. If you get pleasant sensation, a free flow, and you feel very elated because of that, you start generating craving and clinging towards it. If you get again gross sensation, unpleasant sensation, you generate aversion towards it, then it is not Vipassana, it is totally against Vipassana. Understand whatever arises, keep on understanding its characteristic is anicca, anicca, anicca. I have to come out of the old habit of craving, I have to come out of the old habit of aversion, not merely at the surface level of the mind, not merely at the intellectual level. I have to come out of it at the deepest level of the mind, which is called the unconscious mind, which keeps on feeling the sensations and keeps on reacting with craving and aversion. This is what I have to break. And if I multiply the same habit, I am not getting benefit of Vipassana, it is not Vipassana. If you keep on understanding that, you will practice properly and you will get good results. And also see that your practice every day should not become mechanical, moving from head to feet and feet to head, like you count your rosary and you forget what you are doing. This should not become mechanical. Whenever you find it is becoming mechanical and you are forgetting everything about anicca, everything about your craving, aversion or equanimity, then change a little, come back to Anapana. If you are moving fast, start moving slow. If you are moving slow, start moving fast, or start moving this way, this way. Come out of the monotony and don't allow it to become mechanical. The main purpose should always be clear in your mind that I am doing this exercise every day, morning and evening, to change the habit pattern of my life. When I remain slave of this habit pattern and I keep on generating craving, aversion, it's a big misery for me, very big misery. I have to come out of my misery, and when I become miserable, I make others miserable. So I should not become an instrument to make others miserable. So that point should be very clear, that I am practicing this not as a rite or a ritual or a religious ceremony, nothing doing. This is a mental exercise. As we do physical exercise to keep our body fit, sound, healthy, strong, so this is a mental exercise to keep the mind healthy, strong, sound. With this understanding, keep on practicing and get best fruits of Dhamma. A wonderful Dhamma, a wonderful technique you have got now. Make use of it. And see that you not only retain it, you multiply, you grow in Dhamma, grow in Dhamma. There is a story back in our country. Last 10 days you have been hearing many stories, listening many stories. Perhaps your teacher is an addict of telling stories. And you are also getting addicted to listening to stories. So before we part, one more story. An old man in our country, a very rich man, he became widower. The old lady passed away. And in our country, and perhaps here also, the housewife is the owner of everything, money, jewelry, property, everything. She keeps the bunch of the key. Now the old lady is gone. And it was a joint family. He had 4 sons or 4 daughters-in-law. He can't give this bunch of key to everyone. He had to choose one. So he calls them, this bunch of key. It will be given to one who gets highest mark. I will examine you. What examine? He gave 5 grains of corn to each, 5 grains, 5 grains. I will come after 4 years. You have to preserve these 5 grains. One who cannot take care of 5 grains, how can one take care of all the money, the jewelry, the granary, etc.? This is your examination. The old man went away. The eldest daughter-in-law thought, the old man has gone crazy. For 4 years, worried about those 5 grains, valueless 5 grains, better throw them away. When he comes, I take another 5 grains from the granary and give him, take your 5 grains. She threw away. The second one thought, yes, it is not good to worry about these 5 grains for 4 years. But who knows, these very 5 grains may have some wonderful powers, some magical powers, some miraculous powers. And after 4 years he will say, all right, eat it. And as I eat it, I get this supernatural power, that supernatural power. I should not throw away. I better eat it now. And when he comes, I give another 5 grains. And she ate up. The third one, very eager to get the bunch of the key. So she kept those 5 grains in a room where she keeps the statues of her gods and goddesses, and every day she goes and inspects them. So she goes every day to inspect this 5 grain also. Took care of the 5 grains all the 4 years. The fourth one, she took the 5 grains, cleared the land behind the house and planted them. When time ripened, 5 plants came out with 100 grains each. And the next season, all those 500 grains were planted. And the next season, all the grains were planted. In 4 years, tons of grains. When the old man came, everyone had their own story. When he came to the fourth one, he said, they have increased, sir. Godowns are full. Bring some laborers to take them. Old man was very happy. This daughter has not only preserved 5 grains, she has multiplied. This old man has also given 5 grains of Dhamma. Not only preserve them, multiply. And I don't carry away with me the bunch of key, it is with you. As you keep on multiplying Dhamma, you are able to open the gateway of the kingdom of heaven within and enjoy. You can open the gateway of the Brahmanic plane within and enjoy. The gateway of the Nibbanic peace within and enjoy. Keep growing in Dhamma. Keep growing in Dhamma. Not to oblige anybody else, for your own good, for your own benefit. And also for the good and benefit of so many others. One little thing more, which I don't forget before closing the seminar. This is of my self-interest, and being born in a business family, the tinge of selfishness does not go. It is still there. What self-interest is there? There is a tradition, a belief in our country, and I have been hitting hard at many of the traditions, but I don't hit this particular tradition. I like it very much. The tradition is that if you learn any art, any technique from any teacher, and you don't give proper remuneration, we call it dakshina, guru dakshina, you don't give proper fees, proper remuneration, that technique will not work for you. I like this very much. This is wonderful. Everyone who comes to a course just to develop one's own parami, everyone gives some donation or the other, but that is for the coming students. That is for the facility of the coming students. What the teacher gets, and teacher must get something. A fat feast for the fat teacher. What fat feast for a fat teacher? Every day, morning,